is red, which is tanks, and green, which is jungles/supports. There are other spells and items. Spells are like cast this to deal a certain amount of damage to a creature, or cast this to move a creature from one lane to another lane, or something
Michael,
like that.
So let's talk about
Yeah, let's
that for a
break that
second.
down first.
Okay.
Spells. I think as a Magic player, the first thing I want to know about when someone says the word spell is when can I cast these spells? Am I playing Hearthstone here where I can only cast stuff on my turn, or do we have trap cards? Are we Yu-Gi-Oh now? What is going on exactly?
There are no trap cards,
Okay.
unfortunately.
That means you can't fall into them. That's
you
terrible.
can't trigger my trap card, I guess.
But the easiest way to explain it is there's 3 boards, basically, which is 3 separate games.
So this is why it's 3D chess. Okay.
Yes.
Now I'm on your level.
Nice, dude. Nice.
There are 3 separate games being played at the same time that all interact with one another. The turns happen in each lane one at a time. So you'll start in the first lane. I'll make a play, then the opponent makes a play. Then if I respond, I can respond then.
Wait, respond.
You mean pass priority?
Do you mean
Basically,
do you mean
pass
there
priority.
are instants, Michael?
Basically, yes.
Oh my God.
So
Thank you.
if they play a spell, I can play a spell to basically negate that effect
Would you
of some sort.
Would you go as far as to say you could counter their spell?
No, God.
I don't know.
Please don't have counters. 'Cause I can't
Please
play
have
with Justin
counters.
I don't know if there are exact counter spells
God,
in
I
the
hope
game,
so.
but you can do things to respond to their actions in a way that
Okay.
would negate the effect more or
Oh,
less.
Okay.
That sounds great already.
That makes sense.
Um,
Now, this reminds me a little bit of like an MMO with like the lanes and stuff, or something like Dota.
an MMO,
I didn't
a
mean
MOBA?
a MOBA,
a MOBA. That's what I meant.
MOBA.
A MOBA.
Yeah.
So is this made from something like Dota or something like that?
It is based lightly on Dota.
What I've heard is that it was actually designed first, and then they sort of mushed it into the Dota mold to make it fit. Now, how much of
okay.
that is true,
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe we'll find out later
Yeah,
on.
and we're working on limited information. As most, if anyone knows anything about this game, obviously you know that it's not coming out till later this year. So these details we got are subject to change. We're probably going to do another episode when it gets a little bit closer to come back to this. But we thought we'd give you like a heads up. So continue, Michael. Sorry.
On each lane, on each player's side, there's a tower, and your objective is to destroy that tower. It has 40 HP.
On each lane.
On each lane, there's 2 towers on each lane.
Okay.
If you destroy 2 of your opponent's towers, you win. Also, if a tower goes down, an ancient spawns in its place with 80 HP.
Okay.
If you destroy that ancient, you win.
So, like, the Ancient is the same building in the normal Dota game that you destroy in order to win.
Yes.
Right? Okay. So there's your lore tie-in.
Okay.
For anyone
okay.
who cares, all 3 of you.
Yeah. All 3 of you. But that's interesting. So, like, you have different strategies, right? You can go try to just kill 2 towers quickly, or kill 1 tower and then kill the ancient.
Right.
Okay.
There is a creep wave. Like in any MOBA, there's a constant spawn of a creep wave in each lane that kind of pushes the lane forward. There is kind of a similarity here in this. They try to emulate. Random creeps spawn at the beginning of the game. I said
random?
random.
Oh no, turn off. I'm done.
Random AI-controlled creeps.
So will they be fighting for both sides? I mean, like, if they spawn in your lane going toward the enemy, they'll be fighting for you?
Yes.
Okay.
Each round, 2 more minions spawn in random lanes on each player's side too.
I'm going to hear a lot of, I got, like, creep or something. You know what I mean? Like, instead of mana
it's
skirts.
interesting they do that since there is no randomness in creep spawns in the normal game.
Yeah.
So I wonder what they're trying to
You
to
gotta
get
have some
out
way
of
to
it.
get screwed over, dude.
Because now, Michael, you said the combat in this is kind of weird too. Why don't you talk about that? Because obviously that's where the creeps are going to come into play, right?
Right. Okay. Combat happens at the end of each laning phase or whatever. So say we're in the top lane. I play my spells. They play their spells. When everybody's done, combat happens. Everything auto attacks. Heroes auto attack whatever's in front of them, and minions auto attack whatever's in front of them.
Okay. Don't love that.
That is, coming from Magic, that's really, even coming from Hearthstone, that's weird. Because the thing I complain about Hearthstone is always the fact that you can target any creature means that, like, utility creatures are kind of worthless. So
Now that
forced to fight every round, is that not like...
that's where
similar
positioning comes in, because there's
Okay.
5 spaces in each lane. So you definitely don't want to put a hero in front of a hero that's going to kill it.
Yeah.
You know, so positioning is critical for that auto attack phase. Some heroes can attack diagonally to them with splash damage as well. So there's strategy to be had there.
I can see a moment where you have a hero in one lane and then like, oh crap, that person put a better hero in that lane. I have to find a way to get my hero to move over or we're going to lose. That's interesting.
And there are ways to move heroes between lanes. Like items are a thing. I don't think I've mentioned items yet.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that too much. Just let's go into that.
That's a separate deck from your normal 40 cards. At the end of each round, which is all 3 lanes, each player goes into a shop phase where they can buy items with the gold they have accrued via killing minions and or heroes. Items could include like the Blink Dagger, which jumps a hero from lane to lane.
Oh, so you can specifically say like, I need that dagger because, you know, I need them to get over to this. Or maybe they have an opening in that lane that you need to get in and take advantage of. That's interesting.
Items are equipped to heroes, but only one can be equipped at a time. As far as I know, it says that once you replace the item, it destroys the previous item.
How does mana work?
Mana, each lane has a specific mana pool. You start out with, I want to say 3 mana. And then,
oh my God.
Man.
And then
that's a ramp right there.
Do anything.
And it increases by 1 every turn.
In each lane?
In each lane. And there are also like heroes like Crystal Maiden. Whatever lane she's in, her passive increases the mana pool. I'm not sure by how much.
Okay.
But it does increase the mana pool in that specific lane. So like if you need more mana in the bottom lane, you can blink your Crystal Maiden over there to cast more spells in that lane.
Are they moving forward every time? Every like auto moving and stuff? Do we know that? You know what I mean? Like in the lane itself.
I don't think there's like
there's not actually movement.
No, I don't think there's forward and backward movement. Okay. There's just two slots.
Oh, okay, 2 slots. Okay, I see. Yeah.
I was gonna say, weren't you talking earlier before the show about how your heroes? We're not sure yet, but they might come from like a separate deck. They're not exactly like creatures like you'd have in another card game.
Okay, so there's 5 heroes per player, is what it says. And at the beginning of the game, it says the first 3 heroes deployed to each lane evenly. So in a 40 card deck, the odds are you're probably not going to draw any heroes if there's only 5 in the deck, right?
Yeah.
So I would assume they're in a separate deck of some sort that you can choose from. So say the game starts and out of your 5 heroes, you can select 3 to place on.
Sounds kind of like Commander in that way.
It does. It kind of seems like almost like Magic Commanders where you summon them in, if that's how it works. I'd be interested to know if like you can have less than 5 or what might happen if you leave a lane open. Like can you as part of your turn move a hero from one lane to another, or does that require an item or a spell or something?
It would probably require a spell. Everything that I've seen is either going to require a spell, an item, or like I'm assuming jungle heroes probably have a passive that allows them to do that as well.
Okay,
that'd be cool
to gank other lanes, so to speak.
I think you could really dive into some strategy. You know what I mean? Like I see areas that I'd like them to develop a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like moving around and like playing the lanes seems really interesting to me. Like I think I want a little bit more. You know, and we'll see that as it comes up, I think.
Yeah. Gold is what you use to buy the items at the end of or during the shop phase. Creeps give you 1 gold when you kill them, and heroes give you 5 gold. I don't know how that relates to the price of items.
Right.
Yeah.
But
I just won't know that until.
I mean, I assume.
So now heroes are only worth 5 gold for killing, and we're assuming you only get 5. So do they respawn? Do you get heroes back?
That's what I'm thinking. Yes, heroes respawn. I don't know if they keep the damage on them or if they like.
Or if it's like a turn thing or something where they're out for like X amount of turns or something.
Right. See that? Like this is the way.
Yeah.
Like that's a great point, because say you have 5 heroes.
Yeah.
If somebody kills one of your heroes, I'm thinking you can select one of the remaining heroes to replace them until like the next round when you can use that hero again.
It's interesting. That's interesting.
Almost like a respawn timer in Dota.
Yeah, that would make sense from a lore standpoint.
Ooh, yeah. Thank you, Justin, for keeping us updated on the lore.
I mean, I'm a lore guy.
A lore connoisseur.
I'm a lore master.
Also, each hero has 3 stats. You have attack, armor, and your health.
Okay.
What?
Yes.
Okay. Armor.
Okay.
Now, do you
Armor.
have any idea how that works?
I don't know how armor works. I'm assuming it like basically chops off damage that would be dealt to that hero.
So do heroes have mana cost then? If you start with 3 mana, you need
I would
heroes
assume
to
they have
cast
to, right?
spells. It kind of seems like maybe they would. And have you guys ever heard of another card game with a creature or anything like it that has like more than just an attack and defense stat? I think like just having armor could be a huge deal.
Yeah, and
I
items
know it
can
makes
buff
the
armor.
math way more complicated when you're actually playing.
Well, yeah,
those, as
I
far as,
remember
like,
in
what items are
Hearthstone you could up there. Well, even an armor thing. No, that wasn't that. I was thinking you had some kind of armor, but
you could do it on heroes, like your player hero.
right.
Yeah.
But that still wasn't the exactly the same.
I imagine it'll work similar. To armor
That's
in
what
that
I'm
game,
thinking.
To
though.
where
as well.
it just gives like an extra HP, and once that is used up,
Yeah.
it goes to normal.
I think the math, the way they do it in normal Dota, would be way too complicated for a card game. It's like a % reduction of all the damage you take. Or something.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
imagine
yeah.
like that. You have to be like a calculus major to understand that type of
Some
stuff.
floating point numbers and like with decimal points in a card game would be insane, though, right?
that would be crazy.
I think that would be too much for my little baby
Yeah,
brain.
yeah,
to
me
handle,
too, me
yeah,
too.
to be
I don't think I
honest,
could do it. Well, I think
that's about it.
that's
really.
about all.
That's
about all
all we
rules.
have.
Who's Roshan though? Can I get Roshan as a hero? Can I get that
Maybe?
Aegis of the Immortal?
Oh, also, it's not free to play.
No
Let's
buy.
touch on that.
Too much money, can't afford.
They said it's not free to play,
It's 2018, Michael. How can
And
you
they-
make a game that's not free to play in 2018?
and they don't want it to be pay to win. So I can't imagine you could buy cards. You would like the
Yeah.
only way that you can't have it pay to win is if you just give everybody the cards.
But then how do they make money?
Right. And
how do they fleece us?
how do they keep the game new, right? If that's the thing, that's why
Expansion packs.
Cosmetic card
that
packs?
everyone just gets though. Cosmetic.
I mean, now
card
they
packs.
do have games. What do they call them? Living card games instead of trading card games, where every time a set comes out, you just buy all of the cards.
See, that's what I was thinking. Almost like a Warcraft expansion.
So you just
buy this
buy
$30
it and
expansion.
get all of it.
Yeah.
That could be cool. I wish Magic would do that.
Yeah, that'd be sick, dude.
Yeah. Because then you
Nice.
wouldn't have one card that's worth $100.
Noodles, and then everything else is.
Speaking of which, I need to
Pennies.
sell my Scarab God probably.
Yeah, you probably should. I
get
think
on
it
that.
rotates this fall, so you should probably get rid of that.
Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of. I have 2 of them. I have a foil too, so I need to get rid of them.
Yeah,
while
you
they're
should
still
get rid of
expensive.
that,
Yeah. Card Kingdom, here I come, coming for you. Give me your money. All right, what other things do you think? Like, what about you, Justin? Do you think this is interesting, or
I'm interested, but I am afraid that Valve's going to run it into the dirt.
that we're just gonna wait 5 years for it and it's never?
No. It's
Why do you
gonna
think they're
happen.
going to run into the dirt? What other game have they ran into the dirt?
He's mad about Half-Life.
They kind of now hear me out, right? They haven't, I don't think, completely ruined any games, but I think there are plenty of their games that they don't really know what they're doing with, and
Okay.
it's kind of evident. Like, for example, TF2.
Yeah.
Now that's a game that's fallen off.
Right.
Yeah.
So the thing that happened with TF2 was they used it as their little guinea pig for cosmetics and stuff. It was really the first game that was doing all that crap before it really took off. They had loot boxes before loot boxes were really a thing.
No, they're everywhere.
But they crammed so much garbage into TF2 that the core of the game is just covered in just layers of garbage. And when they did finally make it free to play to try and make more money off of it, it just like I've never seen such a depressing graveyard of a game. The player skill there.
Man, you're
is
happy
just,
today, Justin.
I've seen
That was also like a testing ground, like you said.
Yeah.
Though since then, like Counter-Strike is still thriving.
Well,
Dota is still
they've
thriving.
messed Counter-Strike up a couple of times too. Now the thing with Dota, I think that separates it is that Valve isn't really calling the shots behind Dota. They still
That's
have
true.
the same guy, Ice Frog,
Yeah.
who's been in charge of it for the last like 10 or 15 years.
So maybe Garfield will be the guy behind this.
We
one.
can hope so,
We
but
hope so.
Garfield's an old ass man, right? So I'm worried. That's all I'm saying, you know.
Sure.
And especially when we don't know how they plan to make money off of it, there is a lot of room for them to make money in very bad ways.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be good for the players.
I just hope they handle it the right way because I think it's gonna be interesting.
I think there is hope though, just
Yeah.
by the fact that they said they don't want it to be free to play or not
Yeah,
free to play,
yeah.
pay to win.
Pay to win.
I'm
yeah.
also worried that the combat is just going to be so creature focused or like hero focused that you won't be able to have something like an approach of the second stun deck that's in standard right now for Magic. I'm afraid that something like that just won't be possible, which I think would be a real shame.
I don't want it to be constricting. I want to be able to do stupid stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
me too.
Well, guys, that's pretty much all we have for this episode. Please remember to go to all the social medias and follow us. You can get some awesome updates. Go to our YouTube channel. where we have a bunch of videos up there now. We have clips from our podcast episodes and then other gameplay videos of us playing like Fortnite and stuff like that. Feel free to contact us. Our email's in the description, and let us know what you want us to talk about next. And you can go to patreon.com/ampmedia and help us out there for some cool perks and stuff like that. You guys got anything? Sign off.
Sayonara.
That's a good one.
That's Japanese. I'll say that too. Sayonara.
I don't think, is it?
I don't think that's Japanese.
I was thinking like Mexican or something.
Wow, that's not a language.
You guys are uncultured swine. Oh my God, Michael. That was really offensive.
Thank you so much. Come back next week, please.
Let's edit that. Let's cut that part out.